The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Gail in Tampa. Hey, Gail, what's going on?
Hey, love your program. You're amazing.
How long have you been listening?
Oh, my gosh. Well, off and on for about maybe, 6, 7 years.
Oh.
I mean, just on the radio. Didn't understand the TV. And then I go out to Seattle once a year. We have a trading club out there.
Okay.
And then he started talking in class about your book, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's the guy that I listened to in Florida. And then I started watching your TV live, and it's just amazing. I need to become a tiger.
Well, you're already a tiger. See, you've been out there 6 years. See, once you check in to TFNN, you can't check out. It's like Hotel California. It's pretty sick, I know.
No, it's great. And I have some gold I want to try to get over to you, and then I want to buy some coins for my grandkids. So I appreciate what you're doing. I think it's amazing. You're just really amazing. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week. And I do want to welcome all the affiliates of Business Talk Radio. We really do appreciate it. Business Talk Radio is going to be distributing this out there now, growling and prowling with all those tigers and tigresses. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Take action on your ideas. Always do your best. Doing your best means to take action. You can have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, there'll be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now, folks? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 14. NASDAQ was off 25. S&Ps were off $5.50. Gold contract down $3.70, trading at $1,706 an ounce. Silver down 83 cents at $33.65 an ounce. Platinum off 41 bucks at $1,657 an ounce. Copper down 4.5 pennies at $3.85 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $107.10 a barrel. Bonds down 11 ticks, trading at $142.10. King dollar off 77 cents, ticks rather, at $79.38. Euro up 23 ticks at 132, and the yen contracted by 35 ticks at 81.46. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. We've been up at these levels. You know, we're at 1364 right now. Bottom line, it gets down to 1359 today. Rejects lower price. We do 700 million. Dow Industrials, S&Ps saying that, hey, you know what? There's no juice to the upside, but you certainly still have no juice to the downside. NASDAQ Composite. Now we get Composite. What you have with the composite out here today is this. Composite absolutely rolled. We down 25 bucks. You're 29.50. Composite only 1.6 billion. 1.6 billion, folks. You're going into the February 27th level, and what you have there is that on the 27th we were doing 1.7. So the NASDAQ Composite also is going to need an acceleration of volume. We don't have the juice in the way up. You don't have the juice in the way back. We get inside the composite. What did get some juice out here today, this is the second time it got some juice, but it's only down 12 bucks, which is nothing, was Apple. Apple, the first sell on Apple came in, and that came in hard. That was on February 15th. And what you did there is that you went from $526 down to $496 in one day. The following day it got into $486. Now, what Apple did today is this. Apple comes down to $526, which is pretty amazing. We did 28 million, but what was stopping it from lower was 526.29 was the high of when it came down. You know, we'll see what type of cause Apple's going to build. You know, you definitely have sells in Apple, but, you know, Apple has not broken a swing point from the whole run-up. So when you don't break a swing point, it's not a short candidate. Bottom line, we have some selling in it. We'll see if we get any follow-through in it. The Russell 2000. Now, what we had on Friday is this, folks. On Friday, the Russell 2000 came down on volume. You came down on volume on the daily. You came down on volume on the weekly. Friday, we did 70 million shares. That was after making a high out there with 32 million. So the way that is set up is that you're at the highs. They're pushing stock out at the highs. You came back. You're rolling. Today, what do? We do 42 million. The 42 million rejected that lower price at 79.42. I suspect you go sideways. I do not see the Russell going to the highs again. And the reason being is that what you have is this, is that the way that it came down on the daily, if we put this on the weekly and you take a look at the weekly, what you'll see is this. The Russell 2000, what all the indices have been doing is this. They've been going into the downdraft that was created in August of 2011. Now, the Russell 2000, when we had come up the first week, because we had come up in February, that was the first week, we've been hanging up here, for a good month. In February, you got up there, and we were going up there with 600, okay. The first week we came up with 280 million shares. Then we came up with, second week with 214. We got a top up there with 173. Well, folks, that was going into, when we came downtown in August, you came down with 624 million, and you came down with 769 million. It's already back inside that lower trading range. Now, the top of that range was 80.99. Right now, you're at 80.34. Gold contract. We go take a look at gold. What we had out here with gold is this. Gold out here today, price-wise, we hit a low of 16.94. The 16.94 was coming into the 16.88, which was last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, that's when the metals market got toasted and roasted, came down with big volume. What I expect you're going to see here, you're going to see a sideways move 4, 5, 6, 7 days. You'll see the next leg coming in. Now, we absolutely have divergence between the actual physical market and the equities inside whether it's the XAU, the HUI. So the gold and silver equities have divergence. And if you happen to be a bull, it's a good divergence, because what the divergence is that as they are backing in to the bottom of their consolidation, the volume is contracting dramatically. Now, if we look at Gold Corp, the bottom out here is about 44 to 41. Right now, you're at 47. These aren't ready to be bought just yet. But if they continue to act like they are acting, what you'll see is that they won't quite make it to the bottom of the consolidation. They'll have lighter volume. The actual physical contract will go down very fast. Fast price destruction. We'll get fairly fast price destruction in the equities also, but the contraction in volume will be absolutely dramatic. Let's go take a look at some of the high volume stocks inside the market. Even though we didn't have high volume, this is what you had. You had Bank of America down 16 cents. We had GE down 12 cents. Freeport McMoran, that's the largest gold and copper company in the world. That was down $1.58. Ford Motor was off 26. We had Wells Fargo down 31. Inside FSLR, and if you want to see First Solar, this is an equity that has been just getting smoked. Well, bottom line, down another about 8% today. Do not touch this stock. The way the stock is trading, folks, doesn't look like to me that First Solar is going to be around for much longer. And this is pretty amazing, because First Solar is an equity that traded all the way up to $317. Huge distribution at the highs, and 2008, and the acceleration down is just dramatic. The last month we came down with 46 million shares, so the selling has not dried up in First Solar. Okay, dollar index. Let's go over to the dollar. What you have here, folks, is this. The dollar is running the game once again. And inside the dollar index today, this is what you had. dollar index gets to a price point of 79.64. We close out this session at 79.39. Now, the way that the dollar has been trading, if we go all the way back to October, the October lows in the dollar index was 75. Have the acceleration up to 82 last January, well, this January. You have the contraction that already took place. You're making your way back up to higher highs. Now, you're making your way back up to 80. I suspect we'll get to 82. The ironic, well, something to keep in mind with the dollar, I hear this over and over and over again, that the dollar is at lows. The dollar, folks, is not at lows. The dollar low was 70, and we're at 79 right now. The dollar has been climbing for the last couple of years. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We had the Dow finish down 14, NASDAQ up 25, S&P's up 5.5. We're going to be right back.